After a wildfire that got dangerously close to homes last summer, the Avimor subdivision just north of Eagle is getting a new line of defense. The Eagle Fire Department is building a 5-mile-long, 30-foot-wide fuel break. KTV's Gretchen Parsons is live to tell us more. Gretchen?
Hi Dee, behind me you can see where that fuel break is being built. It's that bulldozed path just right over there, and it's going to extend from the south to the north end of the Avimor subdivision. The Eagle Fire Department, they're able to build this because of a grant they got, and they actually applied for the grant back in July, just a few days before the Idaho 55 fire started on the other side of the road and burned about 200 acres.
All the residents were out on the streets and on the hilltops and were watching the fire. It wasn't far away.
That was back in July when the Highway 55 fire burned about 200 acres right across from the Avimor community. Dan Richter with the Avimor Development Group says the neighborhood is already built with fire threats in mind.
So we think our homes are fire-wise, but we don't want to test them.
Now, an extra layer of protection. The Eagle Fire Department was given a $43,000 grant to build this fuel break.
We removed the highly flammable grasses and sage, and we're replacing it with a plant called foraged kochia.
Foraged kochia is most green at the height of summer, when other grasses and plants are usually brown and dead.
Foraged kochia has a high moisture content, so it resists fire spread. It's a fire-tolerant plant, and because of its long taproot, it actually absorbs all the moisture in the area, so it chokes out the grasses and stuff that try to compete with it.
Eagle Fire Chief Rusty Kaufelt says because Avimor is somewhat isolated, the fuel break will give fire crews a head start.
Because of the subdivision being so far out in the northern end of our fire district, our response times getting out here are a little bit longer. And so having a fire break like this in place lets our fire crews know that it buys them a little bit of time.
The foraged kochia will sprout by next spring, but will take a few years to fully grow in.
This is another layer of protection.
And here's actually a picture of what that plant will look like when it's fully grown. It's about 18 inches tall. And the Eagle Fire Chief, he told me that he hopes to build another one of these fuel breaks. They're going to apply for that same grant again and build it on the other side of the road. That will be in about a year or a couple years or so. Back to you.
Well, that is a fascinating approach, and thanks for filling us in on it, Gretchen.